Hello everyone, T-Man978. This is Marvel Legends Retro Cardback Series, the comic book sub-series, ROM, the Space Knight. I am not familiar with this character at all, besides the fact that they appeared in a crossover comic with Transformers, G.I. Joe, Micronauts, and some other people. That's what put them on my radar. I'm going to say him because this is a masculine body. But yeah, here are the other people in this wave. I have personally seen these two in GameStop. Other ones of interest for me is this Iron Man, even though I don't. Once I seen a review for it and saw how they did different stuff for the Marvel Legends line, it made me more interested. And this one I was interested in because it's Miles Morales. But I saw he has something weird going on with short legs. So we will see. And I do like Banshee. But here's this little read up in these languages. Here is the full-on comic art. And let's open it. Alright, when it comes to Marvel Legends, this figure is kind of great. It does things, the things that it can do, does them very well. It's missing two things, one of which I don't know if it could do anyway, but let's get into it. He comes with this comic book right here. Every single one in this wave has a comic book that has the Marvel Legends logo right there. And if we look, it does look like pages and whatnot, but they didn't go ahead and paint that. It's just a black piece of plastic with this tempo right there on it. I had to make him use his gun holding hand because this hand right here is not useful for holding anything. It's just a dynamic hand. And look at that. This implies that he has actual fingers underneath some type of special protection or whatever. But all the hands look like that. He has two gripping hands and one fist. I always think they should come with the opposite hand. There should never just be a single fist. It should be a reverse fist and a reverse hand like this. But this gun, he has this one right here. Looks like that. The handle, this is the back of it. I guess he can control it in some type of way. We have this one. That looks like this. And they both can fix this blast effect on it. Shoof. Let's put that here. So now he's bussing caps in somebody, or bussing plasma, or whatever the heck this thing shoots. Anyway, let's let you see him. It's a mostly silver figure, which, looking at the artwork, that's what he's supposed to look like. The only thing really painted is the eyes right here, which is like a digital ink print, I believe. And you got the paint right there. And the paint for the thrusters, which looks like they're actually activated. And paint right there. Now, things that could have happened to make this over-the-top perfect type of release is if it had some type of flight stand to accommodate this jetpack. I wish it had ankle rotation or some type of boot swivel somewhere. The thing it could have had, but I was saying I don't know if it could have had, is a butterfly joint, but based upon his anatomy, I don't know if that would have worked anyway, because look at that. You got to be realistic. They always do stuff for these cartoon and comic book designs that wouldn't work in real life. But he's a very tall figure. I did bring in Spider-Man to compare him to. But let's get into this articulation, which is great for what it can do. Like, he can look up because the neck is on the hinge and the base of the neck is on the ball. So the fact that a figure with a head that looks like this can look up like that, astounding. He can look down and he can tilt his head to the side and of course rotate. That is perfect. That is great. This is like above and beyond my expectations for a head that looks like that. The arm goes up slightly more than 90, rotates. Of course, it goes out because of the shape of his body. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. These hands, the gun holding hands, are on a vertical hinge, and the fist and the outward hand go out as well as rotate. Now we got this. You get side to side action, you get rotation there, and this can come forward, making all of that disappear, which is nuts. But then you got the inverted ab crunch. That is some crazy ab crunch. And it goes back that much, even with that backpack right there, that does not come off. This looks like this is all one piece, but it's attached right there at the top. The legs kick up. And when you add this, it's over 90. You can't kick back though, unless you do the knees. Your outward motion, he has above the knee swivel. So they hid the swivel up in there. And we did this. And honestly, looking at that, they could have hid the swivel right there, but I'm guessing because of the angles, they decided not to do that because it's angled up instead of just straight across. And the foot kicks back, foot kicks forward, ankle pivot. Here's a close-up on the feet, and you get holes at the bottom of the feet. Let me get Spider-Man out here, and that's that. That's gonna be that. This is Maximum Series Spider-Man. So you see this in my review for him. He's only like a hair shorter than the Renew Your Vows. So this guy should be 7 inches tall. This gun is really weird. Like I said, this thing does do good posing, but if it had the ankle swivel or boot swivel, I could get the legs more like I would want. So I have to make compromises when I make poses like this. Like this works, but I would definitely have his legs twisted. I would have this foot more forward for better balance, and I wouldn't have that foot twisted off to the side. But depending on the camera angle, speaking of camera angles, depending on the camera angle, it can still work. So he's still good. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure not to leave without clicking like. Let me know what you like about this figure, or if you don't like the figure at all, or what you have hopes for in the future as far as Marvel Legends or this type of line with the comic book right here. If you actually even care about that. With some character that they can't put in any type of wave, but they could throw them into some type of comic book wave like this. They could have all the excuses in the world to put anything in the wave like they did with these. Let me know, or any of your other thoughts. Thank you for watching. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here.
Figure action.
Join the Syndicate Toy Hunters Facebook group. Link in the description. Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the